The most important step in every logo project is the mood meeting. I'd be absolutely lost without them. And this is where the magic happens. I tell our team all the time that our clients have the secret ingredients and it's our job to help them kind of pull that out and realize it. And then we go draw a picture of it. I'd like to share with you what it's like to be in one of these meetings. So pretend like you're one of the project stakeholders and you're kind of riding along for the journey here. So grab a coffee and listen in as we hunt down some secret ingredients. There's also a good bit of live design in kind of the last half of the meeting too. So if you're into that sort of thing, hope you'll enjoy that. But yeah, let's jump on into the Como Kids Camp mood meeting. All right, guys, what we're doing today is called a mood meeting, and you might have done something similar to this in the past, or this could be totally new. And in any case, I'm really confident we'll get some good work done today. The mental model or kind of analogy that I like to use for these things is you guys are at a nice restaurant, and Rachel and I are your chefs or servers at the table here, and we can make all different kinds of stuff for you. But ultimately, it's our job to make sure that you guys get what you need to out of this and have a great experience. All right. The black screen is where we talk about nouns that we could draw a picture of. And it's kind of where I trick you guys into doing our work here for us. So usually this falls in a couple of categories. One would be a metaphor or story. Like Live Oaks Baptist Church uses the rings of the tree to represent the intergenerational aspects of the church. Literal or practical would be stuff that these kids would see around camp. And I think that this probably is going to get a lot of attention in this case. And then existing brand equity would be, hey, whether we love it or hate it, we've used, the color orange a lot in the past. Staff's sick of it, kids are sick of it, but it has some mental real estate, right? And we want to typically find ways to roll that in and massage it into the new thing, unless we're, for strategic reasons, really trying to move away from that stuff. So I can keep giving examples of these guys. We've already got some over here that I would love to further kind of tease out, or some that make a lot more sense to me. But yeah, I want to leave it open, and I'll kind of take my notes here to leave the airwaves free.
Yeah. So something I'd like to, talk about, and Cam, stop me if I'm kind of wrong, if we should incorporate it, but we have kind of I don't want to say theme, but outlook of how we're doing camp these first 5 years that we're back, and that's keeping to a sports theme, hinting at the run to win. So, anything right now, in the long run that could change, but anything right now, that's kind of sporty. If we throw a few of those athletic vibes in there, I think that would be kind of great.
Yeah, that's great. And riffing on that, are there as an example, I know when my wife does youth camp, they've got this amazing race thing where they're literally running in a race and they're swimming and going through obstacles and doing all sorts of stuff. What would be kind of get us double usage here is if there's anything hey, we always have the big race, and then for this year it's also running themed, and so having sneakers and a finish line or something like that could get usage, not just this year, but in years to come. So is there anything that kind of feels like we could double dip there for you guys?
This is not so much the athletic theme, but one of the huge things for camp is always the zip line, and I know I put that in there, but it and the reason I say the zip line is because it also is it's almost I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It's just a lot of times it's a big moment for the younger kids too, or even some of the older kids, because some of them are scared to do it. And so once they do it, maybe that first year they go to camp, they can't do it, but then next year they're looking down, they're like, this is too much. They try to do it, they can't. The second time they go back and they do it and they accomplish it, and we even have an award for that called the Micah Courage Award. And so it's just a Yeah, exactly like a rite of passage. So I don't know, but I'm trying to think on the athletic part too. But I know that the zip line is just a huge thing, and we don't go to a camp that doesn't have a zip line.
Right. I think we went 1 year and we were pretty upset.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I like that.
yeah, I'm not athletic. I don't know if if scavenger hunt is seen as athletic, but our scavenger hunt is pretty big too.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of some other things.
Do y'all do like s'mores and like fires and stuff?
Yes, we
Okay.
love the s'mores. We do it at nighttime, the night before. They can tell their stories of experiences. I have one more, but Jay, you were about to say something.
Oh, no, I was just about to say the only thing that I can think of that we do athletically every year is our big kickball game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
But that's really, I think, the only thing that we do athletically. But like you guys said, the campfires, we used to go hiking every year. So that was like another big thing that we did that was like outdoorsy.
Yeah, that actually made me think of like, and I know we jump around campsites, but are there specific like, hey, we've got like saguaro cactus or these types of trees, or like we always see coyotes at camp or whatever, like any like nature things we could rope in?
There. Okay. Funny story.
Is
I
there
won't
mountains?
get into it. But 1 year, everybody said they saw a bobcat, and there was another year that I said I saw a bobcat, but nobody believed me. So just a bobcat. We've seen bobcats.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I do remember the first bobcat. I don't remember the second one that you saw.
The second one was there. Just so we know.
Just to set officially, there was a bobcat. Let the record show 2 bobcats.
I think the sunrise is important too because as leaders, we do a morning devotion every morning where we catch the sunrise and we kind of do that. Now that, like I said, that's only the leaders, but it's still something that's important to us. Something else that we've been doing since we started back is movie nights where we have we do big projector outside sometimes, and we have the blankets and everything are laid out, and we do a big movie. Another thing that's a staple of camp is the bubble gum contest that we always do. It's a big thing where who can blow the biggest bubble. So that's a big thing as well.
And Cam, another thing, we now call it something different, but it's our talent show.
Yeah,
we call it
we call it Showtime now.
Yeah.
Drew, I don't know what happened to your screen, but you're frozen. Just letting you know.
I'm frozen.
Yeah, you must have saw that bobcat again.
Okay.
What kind of talents are the kids showing off?
So they show off everything. Since we came back, it's been interesting, but they'll do things they'll dance. We had somebody cook last year, so they made cookies. We've had people draw. Yeah, we've had people do a live drawing, and it was a really good drawing. We've had people sing, rap, dance.
Karate,
yeah.
Oh, we had someone tell a story. That was cool.
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they told a story.
All right, if you pull out something like tell a story, that's got to be a banger. Like that's
Yeah,
got to be a great story.
Tell a show. You got to have a good story.
The person before you gave out cookies, you got to tell a great story.
They're still eating on their cookies, so
give them something to do. That's great. All right, I also want to tease out this thing, the lion. I love the idea of having like a recurring like mascot or like any kind of animal. Like bobcat's fun. The lion feels a little more like core to the church.
Yeah, and Josh, I'm sorry, I just thought about something when so the lion is important for the community that the church is in because it's just like lion pride, Como, big thing is lion. But I just started thinking about this when Drew said the Bobcat, and I almost want to play off of the Bobcat thing because I told Drew earlier that I was concerned about the lion because I don't want people to think that we're trying to our community is very protective of things, including that lion.
Okay.
So I don't want people to think that we're trying to take over like something the community is doing with having the lion and being it's like it's Como like it's actually Como's camp, and it's our church camp. So I wouldn't be, if Jade and Drew think if I wouldn't be I don't think having the Bobcat, if there is going to be a reoccurring like mascot, I think the Bobcat would be cool because of its history. We've never talked about a lion at camp. We just know that the community, is the lion is important to the community. So I don't know. I just thought about that. I like to hear what Jade and Drew think on that.
When you put it into that perspective, Cam, I think it actually makes a lot of sense. So I'm definitely on board.
Oh yeah, I agree. Cam actually said it perfectly. Like it does, the lion is really like more the Como community. And if we want to separate ourselves from that, even though we want Como in it, we kind of want to like have our own thing as well.
Yeah. Makes sense. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like a Bobcat is a little bit more interesting or kind of unexpected too. Like I'm always, Rachel and I do these things. We're always chasing like, what is the weirdest thing? Like we've done a bunch of like, we've done a lot of churches. And so we've done a lot of the same ideas in some cases, or like kind of the low hanging fruit. And the Bobcat's a little bit of a funkier one. I know we talked about a cross or a church steeple. Do y'all feel like that's kind of mission critical here, or are you flexible on that?
I think we're flexible on that. That's something that Drew and I have talked about as well. And I think the cross is it's important just because of that it's a church camp. But I think we're flexible on that. I think we're trying to make it fun. I think when they experience camp, that's where they get everything that they need right there. But I also am making sure that we don't hurt anybody's feelings by not incorporating things. So, but I think we're flexible on that. Drew or Jay can say.
Cool. Yeah, I just we had just said the cross because our pulpit is a cross, but the thing is we were trying to figure out something that's distinctive with our church, and our steeple is very distinctive. Like that's something people notice when they come. But the cross is so widely used, of course, in churches, so we wouldn't know if that would make the distinction we're trying to go for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I'm tracking. And kind of what I'm building over here is some like word marks that I know we use, and then also like illustrations and whether these are like quicker doodles or more like central thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think Showtime could be valuable for you guys too.
And real quick, Josh, I know we're kind of flipping around, but I guess going back to the athletic stuff that we were talking about, and you're now kind of on word marks and word plays. So our camp schedule, our wording is specific to athletics. So like that sunrise meeting that we have with our leaders in the morning, we call that the coaches meeting. When it's time for Bible study where our youth pastor preaches, we call that game time. Game stands for God and me engaged. When we have our nap time in the middle of the day, we call that halftime.
Whoa, hold up. Y'all have nap time at camp?
Yeah.
That's
Can I go to this camp?
It is.
I wish
for the leaders. It's more for us.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
Also, if you've got a kindergartner there, like
Exactly.
you're gonna have some cranky kindergartners at 5 o'clock if they've been running and gunning all day in the sun.
We had them last year, and we had to put them to sleep in the back of the room while we.
Y'all go lay down. Go lay down.
Exactly.
All right, that's good. All right, cool. This is super helpful, and Yeah, it's a great start to this. We don't always get this much info, and I think that's great. You also have great photography, guys. So
That's Cam.
stuff is
That's
Thank
great.
you. Thank you very much.
Good job, Cam. And I like the idea of like the life jacket and like some of the details on like the carabiner here, like like you don't want to have like the full zip line, or maybe we do. Like I did the zip line, and that's like a
Yeah.
phrase, and we've got like some kind of longer
I love
zip line champion or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be a fun sticker. Like I did the zip line kind of.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Cool. A Cam, a zip line badge.
Yeah. Yeah. When she said that, that just fireworks.
What kind of swag did the campers get? Like you give away like t-shirts and stickers.
Yeah, we do t-shirts. We've kind of just redesigned this whole thing since basically what you see here is are basically like the new leadership team part of it, and so we're kind of just trying to make everything fun, and so we're adding things like stickers. My sister and my cousin are part of that arts and craft team, so they just have so many ideas. They're a Pinterest board walking, and so
Yeah.
I mean, they have everything from hats, bucket hats, and flags, do pins on, and everything. So the flag is the big part of camp now because they get to wave that around. Their team colors. Each student is on a team like a team color. So blue team, red team. They have to show their team pride. They've got to kind of go crazy with that team. And so
Are y'all going to use the same colors each year?
Yeah.
I think we do. We use blue, yellow, red, and
green.
But
it's actually
it also has some more significance for like the wordless book and some other things. But yeah, we use those colors every time.
And it's actually gold team. Is it yellow team or gold team?
It's yellow.
Okay, my bad.
Yeah, not to jump ahead, but it might make sense if we're using those every year to incorporate that into the overall palette.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Yup. That way, there's a camp that they do a really cool concept. It's like older kids, and they starting in middle school, they assign you to a team, and it's like lots of different campuses and churches coming together. You get assigned to like the red team, and the next year you're again going to be on the red team and be on with those same people. And the next year, and so like you build these camp friendships that stay. And if you go like buy a red like wig or like Letterman jacket or whatever, like you invest in something to like dress up for camp, ahead of time. And it like, you're going to use it year after year. And they've got like really developed like mascots and shops for all the stuff, which is like, you can build that momentum and like layer that many more like memories and stuff on it. But all right, let's pivot over into inspiration. So this would be, there's a lot of useful stuff here. I'm stoked about the direction. I think it makes sense. Stuff that we're listening out for in particular is one, overall style. You say, hey, this is this is way too like yeehaw. We don't have like pins. We're not designers, whatever, but we like this feel. Like, can you go redo all of our stuff that feels like this? Icon or illustration would be, hey, really like the HC, little monogram piece here, or, we don't, need shoelaces, but I like the way that this is going here. Fonts, pretty self-explanatory. Colors, same deal. And then the last one is stuff we don't like. And so you could say, man, really love everything happening here, but not sure about that orange color. Like I really hate orange. I'm Texas Tech, not Longhorns, or I don't know, whatever. But the COVID brain or flu brain is taking over. Anyway, so you got the deal. Like we're just trying to build a little sandbox for me and the gang to go play in, and make sure we've got the right reasons why we like stuff. So you could zoom in and say, I like that specific thing on that sheet, or I like that whole sheet, or just like this one for the colors. But before Rachel or I color the conversation too much, I would love to just hear you guys kind of talk through what we're seeing here, what you like, what you don't like.
Oh, so one of my favorite designs that I have on here from you all is I love the crossing students. That's just I love the I love everything. Now we don't have all of the symbolism that they have, like the light tower. I think that's what they were.
Yeah.
I love that. Like that's just super cool. I almost wanted to go put a light tower behind our church and just say make it that. But I love the crossing students thing. That's like the vibe that we're going for. It feels fun, but it's distinctive. You know what it is. It's easy to put. A lot of those logos could be used as some of the main ones or T-shirts or things like that. So that was really my favorite one. I don't know which one Drew and Jay. I also love the Nike look just because Nike is fun. It's athletic. So I know that's easy to say because everybody, we all love Nike. Who doesn't?
Right.
But they just have so many ways of having some fun things. And I'll just say two more things. I love the Lincoln design as well, just because of it. Lincoln, it's like an older thing, but the modernization of that type of logo was pretty cool. Some of the fun, play that it had with it. We know Lincoln and who he was, and the hat and the axe, and so I really like that and the play on there. And then the last one that I loved was, I love all of these. I'll go all day. And then but the last one that I love, the cowboy, because of Fort Worth. I don't think we want to make a cowboy, but I love the cowboy play with the words and the Texas theme and the font on there. I just really love some of that. So sorry, that was a lot. I just wanted to get that out the way. So now
No, that's good. That's good.
Is it important to incorporate a little bit of Texas vibes? I know Texas is, proud to be Texas.
Love Texas.
We love Texas.
We're very
I
proud.
don't think it has to be incorporated. If it was just me, I would say yes, but no, this is not me. I have to think of other people. So I don't think it has to be. I don't think that's an important thing. I just like that.
Sure.
The cowboy. Yeah. So.
That is funny. I know I personally like it as well because, again, like Fort Worth is also known as Cowtown. We always wearing our cowgirl and cowboy boots like all the time. So for the could be like the community aspect of it, I definitely love it. I'm on the same page with Cam with the crossings. Even though we don't have a light tower, but like our church steeple, that's the first thing like I thought with that type of design. I was like, oh, that would be super cool. And also I think I seen like the deep end design. I just love, I don't know if it's like the colors or what, but I definitely like that one as well.
Nice. So maybe a little more like imperfect, hand-drawn kind of vibes for both of those. That's kind of like what you like specifically about those two.
Yeah, and going back to the crossing, I think what I like so much about the crossing is just the fun that the logo itself is just like, it's a fun logo. It looks fun. I mean, it's like how much fun can a light tower be? But it just gives off like fun vibes. Like if I was to choose a place to go out of here, say these were all places, and if I was to choose a place based off of the logo, it would be Crossing Students, just because it looks inviting. It looks like that's somewhere I want to be. It looks like they invest into the students, so it just looks fun. Yeah. And that's what I want the camp logo to embrace, that funness. When you see it, it's before you even look anywhere else, you can see that the logo was thought of. It's inviting to families and kids that want to go to camp.
That's good.
So personally on the, I'm with them. I really like the Crossing Students. But I also really like one, real life. I like the retro look it has to it, but I like all the colors. They're very inviting. But the retro look is just like something I really enjoy. Then the real life next to it with the Texas, the state logo, the state symbol on there, really popped out to me because Cameron and I were talking, and we're in Lake Como, and we have a lake, and so that just makes me think like if there's a way that maybe we can incorporate the geography of our lake and what that looks like, that might be cool.
Yeah,
I really like the colors on Haven. I'm just a stickler for olive green and that type of orange. And then the last two for me was Lincoln because I really like we were talking about the lion and the bobcat. I really like the cartoon animals in here and how they look fun. Like the is that a beaver?
yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
The beaver on the skateboard, things like that. Lincoln leaning on the L. So stuff like that is really cool to me. And then lastly, since we're on camp, the one under it, off and out. I just really like the camp tent. You know, and
Mm,
and the one that has the arrows on the directions. Those just give camp vibes because we had a camp shirt one year that actually looked like the off and out.
yeah.
So that's
okay.
really cool.
Do the
Yeah.
kids stay in cabins or like what's the
Cabins.
sleeping
Yeah.
situation?
The kids stay in cabins. There's a girls' cabin and a boys' cabin most of the time. This one is a huge cabin this time with upstairs and downstairs. But the cabin is a staple, yeah, as well because they love the cabin is you go there to get ready for the next fun thing. You go there for rest. You know, you're always there. So yeah, the cabin is a big thing too. They love getting to the cabin and seeing what it looks like the first day of camp. That's always a fun thing. We try to make it a big celebration when they get there. You know, they go check out your rooms and stuff like that. So
everyone's in just one big cabin,
yeah,
basically.
this year everyone is in one big cabin and it's huge. It's like a kids facility for a church almost. Like it's huge and there's a outside deck for you to see the sunrise and everything. So this is a different one. Usually we're in a place where it either has like group cabins. So it's like all the boys will be in one cabin and all of the beds are like all in one area, and then the girls, and then they're all their beds are in one area. But this one is like multiple rooms inside of the big building. So there's like 12 rooms on the bottom floor. That'll be the boys or girls, and then 12 rooms upstairs. That'll be the boys or girls.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And there's one other thing. I think Cameron would appreciate me saying this. It just came to mind as far as being a staple for our camp. Every year, it doesn't matter if we're 40 minutes away from the camp or 4 hours away from our church. We always rent a coach bus.
Mhm.
And the kids, when the coach bus pulls up, they just get super excited, like, oh my gosh, we get to get on a big bus, ready to go. So it might sound crazy, but the coach bus, you know, seeing it pull up and seeing it depart from the church
Yeah,
is like big to us.
yeah, it makes it real to the kids. I like that idea. Yeah.
I love that. That's a really fun kind of unique thing.
Yeah.
Just
Listen,
It's like camp
I'm
is actually
convinced some of the biggest work on youth camps actually happens on the bus ride there and coming home. At
Oh,
least
definitely.
that's some of the stuff that stood out to me, like where the memories and like friends were made and stuff.
Yeah, that's some of our best memories. Just talking about this group, Jade, myself, and Drew. I was a tough kid, and I didn't like to tell people what happened and when stuff happened. We used to have these bamboo fish hooks, and they would put them in the back, and I stepped on one. My whole toe got the hook through, and the whole way from camp from Fort Worth to Austin, I was taking that hook out of my foot. And I never told anyone. And when I finally told somebody, they were like, "You could have got infected. You're supposed to tell us that." And I'm like, I didn't want to leave camp. And so that, and then we also had on the way back from camp, I think it was that same camp where it was a storm, and Jade and I were looking out the window, and we saw a cow get struck by lightning, and it was done right there. And Jade and I just went like this in our seats. We're like, no, we were scared after that. We were like, no way. So yeah, the best memories happen on the bus.
Wow.
That's wild.
I wish that was more of a shared experience because I really want to illustrate an
I know.
electrocuted cow party. Forget the bobcat. Move over.
Yeah.
We got a
Yeah,
cow.
we're cow.
Instant burger.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So what I'm hearing though is, and Rachel's already kind of called this out a little bit, is like some of these guys, you look at the edges of them, they're a little more like wobbly and imperfect, right? We call that like by hand. There's different phrases and a bunch of different kind of ways to go about that. This real life stuff, a lot of it, if it's not by hand, it's got like some softer edges. Like even this piece, I think there's a font, but it's rounded and it's a little funky. Same deal for this guy. And Lincoln, by contrast, is sharp and crisp and perfect. I before I make a judgment call here, I want to hear from you guys. Like, just make sure I'm understanding correctly. We're probably leaning a little bit softer and more by hand. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and then
think
I
so.
want to jump into deep end. Oh, wow, it's a joke. I want to look at the deep end one. Like specifically, were there any like individual marks off of here that we really liked?
I like the circle one that has California at the bottom in the white.
This is good.
But I know Jay pointed it out, so
I liked all of them. No, but just like how it incorporated like the surfboard, and so it's just like,
I like
wow,
the
if you do
surfboard.
like add like a life jacket or something, that would be super cool. And also the one that says swim company, I like it because of the lake. Like another thing that we haven't shared yet is that we always are kayaking. We do kayaking or canoes
that's
literally
true,
every
yeah.
year at camp, like no matter what. So a lake, like they said, is big part of camp, but also a big part of our community as well.
Yeah.
All right. This is good. This is really good, guys.
And Josh, going back on what Drew said, this is really quick. I'm sorry, with the Texas sign and the other things inside of the Texas sign. I actually really do like that. Drew and I talked I love that Texas with the how it has incorporates the fishing, the hunting, I think that's a horse or armadillo, one of them. But yeah, I really like that one too. And since my team said they were that Texas is a big part of it,
we're all Texas now.
I'm if that's what they want, give people what they want. But
You'll twist my arm, okay.
I do love that they said that. So
yeah, no, Ryan on our team smoked that one. Like I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Did a great job. Okay, cool. This is we can still jump back over and pull some more stuff, but just kind of like bringing things to a point of like checking in here. I'm sensing like the overall, it's hilarious that y'all pick like two like beach brands, but I think they are like striking the right like fun vibes that we want to carry through here. And what I'm imagining right now is we've got some, and we'll clarify this a little bit more in a second, but like we're gonna get like nail down the Como Kids Camp like big main word mark. We'll come up with some other like run to win, team captain, showtime things that feel kind of athletic-y that match. Similar to how you've got a couple different looks here in the deep end, but the main thing will be the Como Kids Camp. But then I do want to save some room in the project to hammer down some of these illustrations because I think having like we've got a ton of ideas down right now, and I probably do want to like narrow down like our favorites or like most impactful guys. Zipline badge. But basically it would be, hey, we've got word marks that feel kind of like the crossing and deep end had a baby. And then we've got a ton of illustrations that feel like off and out and these guys over here that kind of are pulling from this list.
Yeah.
Does that feel like a good overall plan right now?
It's
Sick. Okay, let's look at some word marks specifically. So we're thinking it's going to zoom in back out to the Como Kids Camp, like that main title piece that's going to show up laid over photos like this. You put whatever text underneath it, and let's call out some common threads that I'm seeing between these guys. Rachel, what are you seeing?
I'm seeing, like hand done. I've seen a lot of like scripts, which we can kind of do by hand and then make it feel kind of athletic, like a vintage athletic-y kind of script. Maybe that's more of a secondary mark. Just something something with some wavy imperfection that kind of mixes a couple type styles, I think, would be really fun. I just feel like there's so many ways we could take all the pieces, but the main mark particularly.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, the one that says Cowboy Camp in the upper left, I kind of like that kind of situation.
Yeah, that feels kind of like state parky in a fun way.
Yeah, maybe
Feels like a
Como's in
neon
it.
sign and a state park had a baby.
Yeah, that feels a little bit more official, maybe, and maybe Como's in a different style, kind of over top of that.
And I know we want this thing to feel fun and like 8th graders and stuff. So like, help me kind of keep an eye on the age action here, but like, are we kicking some letters around like this? Or are we keeping everybody a little more straight laced, guys?
No, I think it's fine to kick the letters around a little bit. I think it kind of shows how wide range it is. You know, it's a little bit of fun in there, and our smaller kiddos are just, this is their first time at camp. They don't really know what it is yet, and then they kind of learn and pick up on it. So I think the fun, words are really what they say.
Also, yeah, I agree, because also if we're leaning more towards the hand drawn, there's going to be some imperfections. So going ahead and making those kind of wobbly like that, I think.
Oh shoot, it's camp with a K. Already messing it up. I knew I was going to do that this one.
I mean, you can make it, come on, kids, amp too. We're amping up the.
What I keep wanting to do here too is like replace one of these letters with some kind of symbol.
The lightning is a small nod to the lightning in the cow experience.
Yeah. I thought about
a little callback.
No one needs to know but us.
Might as well just throw a burger in there, some Bluebell. Yeah, just get it.
Hey, put a lightning strike in for the Z. You know what I'm saying?
I do like that.
No, I'm down. I think that's what like this feels. This is the right kind of tone and feel, I think. But having some little custom pieces, and that's another thing we can do is this is a like by hand font. But one way to kind of just take it up a notch is just get in here and like tweak some of these things, especially like repeating letters. Do we have the little foot on our K here? Do something a little different or come up a little higher or something, just to make it feel that much more kind of special and unique. Or do you punch out a little sunshine in the A here or something?
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Or and I'm just throwing stuff out too, but maybe even making one big K and using that K for both kids and camp, and they're on top of each other, if that makes sense. But
yeah, my only concern with some of that stuff is like when you start messing with like legibility. And I think because we've got the K's and the Z's in here, that's going to be something we got to keep an eye on in the first place. What did I was pulling this over. There we go.
That makes sense.
We might have mentioned this. Is this is a summer camp, right? Does it always happen same time
it's summer
every
camp.
year?
It's always summer. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure, Jay, I was wanting to make sure, were you leaving at 9:30 or what time are you good?
Oh yeah. Well, I didn't even realize the time. I have like 2 more minutes, and then
okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. I'm sorry about that, Josh and Rachel, but Jay does have to leave at 9:30. So
no problem.
She was having so much fun. She shouldn't have said anything.
That's good. Yeah, don't. Is there anything that you're like particularly passionate about, or hey, like of all the stuff we've talked about, like I want to make sure this comes through, or hey, I want to talk about this before we jump, type of thing?
Actually, not that I could really think of. These guys, like, we've known each other forever. We're like best friends. I feel like we all like have the same brain. So whatever, like, we're usually like always on the same page. So I'm pretty sure that they will be able to get that, everything figured out, and be able to still like incorporate like everyone's ideas. So as long as it gives, if I had to say something, it's just a community. And you used this phrase earlier, like feel like camp. I think that is so important to us. Even when we go visit campsites, that's like our main question we ask. As soon as we get back in the car, we're like, okay, does this feel like camp? And so as long as it feels like camp, and these guys, we've been going to camp forever, we'll be able to definitely help you out with that. So
Yeah.
We're definitely all chasing the same thing here.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like if we got disconnected right now, like we've got a pretty good thing to go chase already. And yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Also
No, I'm
excited.
liking the lightning bolt. I think that is it's just high energy and fun.
That's funny because we use that word all the time, high energy. With our team captains, we're like, you need high energy. You got to match the kiddos.
I'm also thinking about like what it's like at camp. Like it's crazy, it's messy, it's if nothing else, it's exciting, right? Like
exactly. If I can throw something else in there as far as slogans, I think it's kind of funny. We never really thought of it like a slogan, but our youth pastor uses it every year. Every time he gets up, he says, "Ooh, rah," and the kids repeat it, "Ooh, rah."
Yeah.
So it's kind of like funny.
A little Marine Corps in there.
But it's kind of like a slogan, I guess you could say, that is just incorporated in our brain, like when we're at camp. That's something that's just always said.
So all the kids know to say that back when he says that.
Yeah, all of them. Whenever he does that, "Oorah!" They all say "Oorah!" Like you could be in the hallway, anywhere you go, you hear that.
Yeah. How do you spell that?
That's just how it is.
I would say it just like that.
Okay. That would be a fun sticker or something.
Oh, that would be a great sticker.
Like an inside joke for just the campers. Love that.
And that's great, Rachel, with the inside jokes. Like that's one of the things that really help kind of carry these things is like your kids, this stuff sparking memories and traditions. And like the next year they come back, it may seem silly or like kind of out of the box or whatever, but like, yeah, I lost the train of thought.
No, I love that. Yeah, just something a little insider for the kids who have been, that would make another student ask questions about, what does that mean? Can I come to that camp? I think that would be cool.
I like this little guy too, Rachel, for like detailed text.
Oh, he's fun. No, I don't know that font.
Well, there's a couple of them like this. So this one's Lake Highlands, and then we've got.
Wait, did you say Camp Highlands?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, what?
Oh yeah, Lakeside. That's
good. Lakeside could be a good. It looks like Fort Worth, but
kids will love that. It's a joke.
Yeah. This is where I feel like, is Como the word that we do? I feel like a script shows up in here somewhere. I don't necessarily, for the same reasons I was talking about, like the K pulled down. I don't know if I want to do kids camp in the script because it starts again where like it's harder to mentally process these things and plus you get the repeating letters there that you need to go back in and finagle with. But well, we got a custom K in here. No, it's just a big one. Okay. I do think this is like a piece of the ingredient. I just started running down the road and did not check in with you guys. Do y'all like these elements that we're playing with here?
That white and orange one that you did with the overlay, I actually really like that. Yeah, I like it.
Cool, because this again feels like some of the like if we're baking a cake, like here's some of the flavor. Maybe I feel like a pizza is probably a better analogy because you can smell and taste some pizza ingredients and it starts feeling more like a real thing. Whereas a cake, you're like, well, this is raw batter and eggs. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but yeah, toppings on the pizza. That's the analogy we run with. I use a ton of cooking analogies. I don't know why. I'm pretty bad in the kitchen, but here we are. We run with them hard over here. All
Josh,
right,
I
so
feel
like
I really like the lightning bolt could be like the most micro version of the mark for kids
word.
camp. And then what if we had one that was bigger, that was a sneaker with the lightning bolt where the Nike logo would be instead?
Oh yeah.
Because since it's like always athletic themed, I feel like a shoe would be a good consistent thing year to year. And like the lightning bolt is like your Nike symbol.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that too.
KKC.
Kicks.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
You start losing your K in there, but just trying to think of like other ways to stack these so it feels like a little nugget, you know?
Yeah. Maybe also putting the letters inside a larger lightning bolt would be cool.
Ooh.
Like
Yeah.
jumbling, stacking them in there.
Yeah.
So again, these are some of those pieces that you'll use year after year that can be consistent, but also flexible. You throw this on a different colorway or like on top of, let's say y'all did like a space theme or whatever, like y'all could take this and do a lot with it. You said a sneaker, Rachel. All right, here we're gonna freehand a great sneaker.
Good luck. I'm glad it's not me trying to just draw
Listen,
it live. I always draw
it's gonna look very like oh man.
It's harder.
Very like Mickey Mouse looking. You got a little bit of hiking boot vibes in
almost
here.
like a ice skate.
Shh, it looks great, guys. You love it.
You know, we got to
This is
get
a great
the
idea.
crew sock in there because all the kids are into crew socks.
Listen, I've been all about some tall socks for a while now. I'm just glad the children caught up.
Josh is way cooler than me, that's for sure.
I'm a grandpa. I can get like a little hairy leg up here. Done. Show just a screenshot of this to Jade and be like, "Hey, we did it. What do you think?" She's like, "What I'll do after I left?"
She's gonna say, "Did they?"
All right. I do love
like
this. Feels crazy. We could flip the K back around the other way if we wanted to. And we'll go build, like I said, like some other pieces that feel like all these guys. And I think that's where some of the font switch ups I would probably do is when we have the word like team captain or Showtime. Maybe that's this. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
That feels right.
And we do kick this up at a little bit of an angle. Oh man, too much. Boop, 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 boop. I've never understood why it jumps around whenever you change the
font.
But yeah, you change the deal there and it just like freaks out. All right, but what I'm thinking is like get a little Vegas-y vibes here.
Yeah.
And what other like little detail text we do like CK or KKC Showtime or like what would other like talent show?
Don't forget CKK.
CKK. Yeah. Oh crap. Okay, good catch. CK. Man, thank you. Ooh.
Ooh, I like where you're going with that.
Yeah.
Yep. You could stack the C on that bad boy.
Stack them boys.
Make them all wide.
Rachel, is it a terrible idea? I hate that. To get silly with these guys and they extend out. Why does it have a stroke and all that? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
New Illustrator feature. We'll
Yeah.
we'll color the
Probably.
entire artboard for you.
I still use Illustrator like it was intended in 1997. So,
Like God intended.
like God made it. Yeah.
Before they started trying to make everything work together.
Yeah,
Yes.
like all these
Stop
AI
all that.
tools.
Yeah.
It's unnatural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
with you,
like
Rachel. I've got like the same hotkeys memorized from Illustrator too.
Yeah.
All right, I like this a lot, or like something close to that. But yeah, I think that this reads incorrectly. Like we would need to go scoop this guy around or something. CKK. That's what we need to read.
I really
I
like
love like maybe doing like you mentioned that each team color gets a flag that they wave at some point during the camp, like maybe doing a pennant or like 4 different pennant flags for one for each team, and they each just say like red team, blue team,
Heck
yellow
yeah.
team, green team. That'd be a
What
cool
ki-
sticker to
I
get when
like
you
that.
get there.
Yeah, I like that too.
Patches too, like stuff that you would keep for a while.
And it's funny because this year we've talked about patches, and so
Mhm.
yeah, that would be
It feels a little more permanent than a sticker.
right.
All right, so are we talking like pennants, like a little triangle flag, or like a
Like iron
3x5 kind of flag?
Oh, you mean like that?
So
They were
Let me
more circular, the ones we were looking on, and they were like iron-on patches type thing, like that a Boy Scout or Girl Scout would get. But making it in a flag is pretty cool.
We could do a patch or a sticker as a flag.
Yep.
So like are your like camp flags like more of a
So our-
this is detail like triangle or rectangular?
our camp flags are like the rectangle. They have like a big they're on a big like I'm trying to think of almost like a pipe. That's not what it is, but it's just like a PVC pipe. And then
Yeah. So it
it's
would be a
big
rectangle deal.
rectangle, and then they just can wave it, and you know.
I like that font.
Let's go 0. There's probably every time I do this kind of stuff, I'm like, I know I've seen 18 reels on Instagram telling me this is the old dumb way to do it. Do it the
Yeah.
cool, good, smart way. And I'm like, I don't know that way. I'm going to do it the old way.
Yeah.
This is where the muscle memory lies. Wait, we just said we're not doing this one. Ugh.
I feel like a pennant could be good. Still, but like then we also do the rectangular one.
And this is where we probably just like go real tall with these boys. I don't know if you caught that, Rachel, looking at the Lincoln guy up there and how nicely the text wrapped on the ribbon, like it wasn't flat.
Yes.
That could be a real flex on this too. Did you sketch that?
The one that says Lincoln with the flag under
design
it.
And then Co is closer to you. It's got some perspective. It's flowing. Like that's really nice work.
It is
real nice.
Noise.
All right.
Good stuff.
Get him out of here. And I just did something with, oh shoot, what was the name of it? Time to go back to our handy dandy notebook. Fonts to remember. Oh, college. Everybody names their college block fonts dumb things, and it's really hard to search for them.
Yeah.
College block is not bad. Device TM feels retro and
you have a
rounded.
A note of just like block fonts on your.
Yes, Rachel, really I'm a consummate professional, and
that's a good note.
I wonder, like, if you polled the entire world, how many people have anything even like close to that going on in their life? Because it feels like the most niche thing.
What, a note with fonts?
Not just fonts, but a specific kind of fonts.
I was going to say, I definitely have
category.
I definitely have the fonts that I can never find on, or if I go to another computer and I'm using some fonts that I know and I need, like now that's what I have in my notes. But I've never thought of like college fonts, and you just gave me some ideas.
Well, and like if you go search for it, like you don't get a lot of good results on your computer or on the internet. And so this is another one is like my general, like whenever I'm like, oh, what would be interesting? Let's do something different here. Like I just keep screen capping stuff that's either paid or free or whatever. And it is really helpful whenever you get stuck on stuff.
That's really smart. I need to start doing that because it is like that. No one has quite cracked the like meta tagging of fonts yet.
Yes, I agree.
With their styles, you know, like Adobe kind of does it. Google to a lesser extent, but
what I love is finding type houses or like designers that I really like, and then with like the smart ones will have like some kind of like their initials or whatever as a part of the name. And so like I'll go like back to this. I mean, I did it a couple times here on this meeting, but like that's
Brandon,
one way to kind of start.
Yeah.
BNQ or whatever.
Brandon Nickerson has great like campy kind of fonts.
I love his stuff. Ever since you showed him to me, I've been like I think I've purchased like 6 things from him.
Yeah. He sends a free font every week, which is crazy.
What's that name? What's his name? Brandon
Nickerson. I think it's like Brandon Nickerson type.
I think I've heard of that because I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he probably shows up on your like Instagram ads and Pinterest.
Yeah.
That's always one of those like full circle moments for me after I've seen like 18 of their things. And then I finally see like the source. I'm like, oh, all these things that I love were not individual pieces of art, but fonts by this one person. Amazing. He's got a bunch of cool stuff in here. This cringe script is kind of nice too for this project.
Ooh, I like
it's a little beat up.
Like that.
Feels very like I could see the word camp in this word.
I love that.
Real nice.
Does it come with that serif too?
No, it doesn't. That's another one. That's how they bait and switch you. They get you to love.
They're like,
here, and they're like, hey,
get me.
There's 4 fonts involved to make this, and 2 custom illustrations.
Man, that's a nice serif too. Though. I like it.
She's nice. She's nice. All right, I think that this BN cringe script might come home with us, but what I don't want to do is spend time in the video purchasing a font. I trust you guys with my credit card information. I don't trust the internet, and so we will purchase another time.
Because fonts won't be the only thing purchased if you put that on.
All right, let's go. I feel like we got a great plan here. You can see we can make like something a little bit like more chunkier and slightly more athletic with the team captain stuff. Our showtime's a little bit more frilly, but it's also easy to read and going to get a little bit less limelight, no pun intended, than the rest of it. So it makes sense. It's like a little, hey, don't forget, guys, tonight is showtime. Run to win. We could just kind of crank on some stuff with this. And
I love this because a lot of the stuff that you're doing is we're really getting big into social media since we've kind of taken over. And so like I just see a lot of this stuff being just awesome on social media. Like if you look at our Instagram, we're really getting into that. The photos, like I can just see us doing like some green team photos, some like green, like rep green team, rep blue team, and with the flags, and then some of the like even with the kicks, like even with showing the kicks, it would be cool if we had like some like videos where like what kicks you wearing today for camp, like things like that. And so I just see like so many ideas coming.
Camp kicks, bring your color coordinated.
Camp kicks, what you wearing at camp today, and I just see even so much social things with some Showtime. I can't wait to use for social because that already looks awesome right there. And so I can just see us doing that. And one of the things that's big with Showtime is that we're going to try to do this year is we're going to do a benefit, like basically like a benefit concert after camp. And so and they're going to get to show. So like the first, second, third place winners will get to, and it's going to all be to raise money. And so they'll go over camp songs that we did. Oh, we didn't mention that, Drew. Camp songs is a huge thing for camp. Too late now, but anyways, yeah, we always have camp songs. But we'll do like we show the parents and whoever's coming to the concert. We show them the songs they learned. We do a big our youth pastor will say a little word too. We'll present the winners of the talent show and Showtime winners, and they'll get to show what they did. And so it's kind of like a big thing to raise money. And so I love that Showtime logo for that. I just see that being the main thing for that.
Dude, I'm stoked. What type of shoes are like? What's hey, 60% of the kids wear these when they're at camp.
I don't know that one. Drew could probably, because now I don't. I'm trying to think, because most of the time shoes get dirty, so it's not like a big thing. But
yeah.
Thought about it. I just thought about if we see some cool sneakers, like Nike. But it's mostly Nike. Kids love Nike, especially our older boys.
Is it like their beater like Dunks, or is it running shoes, or like?
I would say more running shoes at camp.
Yeah.
You get a few J's in there, but like they're their beat up ones. So
yeah.
Right. Cool. In terms of illustrations, I've kind of clicked on some of these that I think are the most valuable to make sure we include. We've already got tennis shoes. Yeah. Is there any other ones that you would like take off of the list or add to the list?
Say that last part again. It kind of fell off. Say that last part again.
Yeah. So basically, like, let me know which illustrations are most valuable. Make sure we got those included at a minimum.
I think I like the ones that you did, the carabiner, the zip line, the life jacket, the s'mores, Bobcat tennis shoes. I like those. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I would agree. Camp, just question.
Mm-hmm.
Do we, because again, I know we want to make it the church thing and not so much the community thing, but in illustrations, do we want to somehow incorporate the lake or no?
Yeah, I would love to if we could, because the lake is a huge part of. So if that's something that you could see, Josh and Rachel, y'all could see happening. Because I was thinking while y'all were making some of those logos to the left, did y'all freeze? Josh, are you there?
Oh, he does look frozen, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's frozen.
I didn't know if it was just me, because I was like, Drew's frozen now, Josh.
I know.
Am I still frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been frozen this whole time.
Yes, Drew.
We can hear you fine, but yeah, for some reason.
Even when you do that, Drew, it's like you're still frozen. I don't know if you have to like switch to another camera or what, but that's weird.
That's insane.
But now we can't hear or see Josh. So
yeah, now he's our main guy.
Oh, just us now. Oh no. I guess he could probably hop back in. I'm not sure. He might have texted me.
Should I do this name?
I got it.
Wow, guys.
Hey.
It sounds like I need to get a hardwired connection if we're going to keep doing these, Rachel.
I got a Wi-Fi extender and it did help, but I don't know. Yeah,
it's all good. But Josh, I was saying that we really love the idea, and Drew had said if I wanted to have like the lake incorporated into it. I don't know if you heard that. And I was asking if y'all could, that would be something really cool, because as I was looking at the logo that you did to the left of the screen, with the CKK in it, it would maybe be cool if it could be like sitting on the lake or something like Lake Como or something like that, kind of the sunrise in the background. So I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff, but yeah, if y'all do incorporate it, that would be cool. But it's not like a deal breaker.
We'll say we got a Texas kind of mashup move we'll do here.
Okay.
Man. Oh, we did not pick out colors.
Oh, right.
Shoot. I know we are way over on time, or are we?
No, I think we're good.
I think we're doing good. Yeah, we're doing good.
Here's Drew. Hey, he's moving again.
There we go.
He's been looking like pissed off and frozen the entire meeting. All All right. I like these brighter colors. And let's see here.
Drew, I had
Yeah,
sent
is there a
them
specific?
oh, I'm sorry,
Go
Josh.
ahead.
Oh, Drew, I had sent them the basic thing that I did just for some of our posters and stuff to see some colors because we really like these colors, and they also have the yellow, the kind of reddish, the green. It's just a lot of colors here, but it does incorporate some of our main colors, and it's just bright, it's fun. And so I had sent them this, but we don't have to stick with these, but I just gave them this to kind of like go off of this or something.
No, bet.
Did we lose Josh?
I think he's muted.
See, he said he was having internet problems. Just give it a minute.
Okay, guys, thank y'all for dealing with all the insanity this morning between baby and all the other stuff.
All good. Hey, we run a kids camp. We're
Well acquainted.
yeah.
All right, so for colors, typically what we're trying to do is nail down like a key color to kind of like anchor and then build harmonies off of that. I'm seeing some of the team colors here in this graphic. Is that worth kind of using this as our starting point?
I would say I would think so. I don't see
Yeah,
it.
I would say that too. Yeah.
And I do one thing that I love doing is taking things that are unexpected and mashing them together. It's usually a good recipe for getting somewhere really fresh. So in this case, we're doing, camp. And a lot of times with outdoor things, people go a little bit softer with the colors, a little bit more muted. And instead we're saying, hey, what if we do really punched up crazy colors with like outside camp visuals? And I think that's a fun direction to take with this with, and it's really high energy deal anyway. So
Yeah.
kind of feels on brand, and it's checking off all the boxes we need. What are our colors again? Green, yellow,
Red,
right here.
Yeah.
And blue.
Blue is the other one. We got this more. I feel like he needs to be a little more exciting, but also give our green some distance here.
Yeah.
All right. Of these colors right here, which one do you feel like is the most accurate, like who you guys are type of thing?
What do you say?
Say yellow.
Yeah, I'd say
Yellow's
yellow.
feeling good.
Yeah, yellow is a big color. I love the like bluish green we have there.
Good too.
But yeah, I love that color. But I think yellow is just one of our big colors.
And the crazy thing is, yellow is like my least favorite out of the colors that we have.
Same.
But I think that's what it is.
I'm just trying to pick colors that like these are close, but I want to get guys that exactly match your the deal. That blue's got some life and energy going on. All right, and then typically we're gonna want to do like a cream or like an off-white kind of deal. This one's pretty buttery, similar to the real life example we've got up there. You might kick it down just a hair. And then I know that we're always going to need a super dark color. I think the green is nice. You're outdoors, you're in nature. I know Texas is big. I always forget which parts have trees and which parts are more like deserty, but
where we're going is definitely a lot of trees and a lot of tall trees.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
do we want like a brown in here?
A brown
for like dirt mulch.
I never thought of a brown. Yeah,
wood.
Brown either.
What's some other colors that would be valuable for you guys?
Uh,
I really personally, I just really like the burnt orange. I don't know how Cameron feels about
no,
that.
I love burnt orange. That's what I was wearing yesterday was burnt orange. So I love that color.
Yeah.
And I also like that
maybe that's like that's a good this is like our main camp color. That way camp doesn't skew towards any of the individual teams.
I
Mm,
like that.
that's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Brown might be cool. I just had a random thought. You mentioned, like by the end of camp, everyone's sneakers are dirty. Like, what if the icon was a sneaker, but it was kind of muddy,
Ooh.
to show that it's like lived in a little bit, and like some fun has been had, and then we can incorporate brown into the color palette for like the gritty sort of mud athletic kind of aspect of it.
I like that. Yeah, because most of the time you're not going to bring any new kicks to camp, unless you just want to show them off and But I like that idea because, yeah, I like that because most of the time the kicks do get dirtier. It's either sand or dirt because there's some places with sand, and so you get that. You don't think they're going to get dirty, but they do. So,
Right.
I like that. I like the idea.
Okay. Great. I think we might have lost Josh.
Josh.
He loves
Guys, this is the worst. I'm so glad we're not live streaming this, and I'm really hoping that the recording file is still intact. But man, I'm feeling really good. We're doing secondary stuff in Adobe, is that right? Like when y'all are designing like flyers and stuff for camp or social posts?
I do. Yeah, all Adobe.
You guys have an in-house creative team?
I'm the in-house. Yeah.
It's you.
All of our, yeah. I do everything. So photography, logo, web design, all of that stuff I do. Our app, I run everything.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of hats to wear.
Yeah.
The logo, we used to make it a team captain thing, but the last few years they've been a little less creative in that area, and so we've kind of tasked that to Cam, and he does a phenomenal job on that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the first year when we came back, we weren't sure about camp and everything, what it was going to look like. So the last logo I created was just like on the fly, and we ended up loving it. But it was just a quick one. It was because we did what was the theme, Drew? It was like all around or something.
Last year?
No, the first year when we came back. Huh?
It was Game On.
Game On. That's what it was. And so I had a logo with all of the different sports. Like it had football things inside of it, and it had a cross and things. So it was a really quick one. And so I said I didn't have the time this time around, and I really wanted to make it just to be intentional about it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll set y'all up.
Drew just had a great idea. Yes, Drew.
No, it's not a great idea. I just totally forgot. So the first year we came back, we did Game On. Last year we did Game On All In.
Mm-hmm.
Are we just doing Run to Win, or is it Game On Run to Win?
I don't know. I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about that either. I think it's just Run to Win right now with the
two.
If
we keep it run, I don't want to complicate it.
Yeah, I don't want to complicate, but I just had a.
I did, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
That threw me off. So no Game On right now.
Okay.
No, we don't. I don't.
Okay, all right.
Good deal. Yeah, I like that font, Josh. That's always a winner.
Oh yeah. If I could just spell on, that'd be sick.
I thought you were trying to spell a font there. They always have that OM at the end somewhere.
Got this big fat boy for headlines. We got a couple different options for subheadings.
Mm-hmm.
Got our workhorse here for your body text. Bada boom. All right, before the internet drops again, let's run through the list here. So basically, again, thank you guys for rolling through all this stuff. Y'all have had some amazing notes, and I love all the stories and stuff that hopefully we're going to tie in here. But just to recap, we're going to do like overall a kind of a by hand deal. Some of the variety and marks that we see here in the deep end we'll be using for, run to win, team captain, showtime, some of those kind of secondary pieces. Our illustrations will really match more the style of this off and out and some of these guys over here. Not quite so squeaky clean like our little Bobcat dude. Definitely got to get the buses in there. And for overall, I know all this stuff is single color, but like this, you throw all this stuff in a blender. Like these are how all the word marks are going to get built and the different layouts and badges. And going to run through and have slightly different team flags for each of the teams to use. And got our colors. And then this is like secondary fonts as you guys are designing website and other promo materials that are a little bit more, less of like the show pieces and more of just kind of functional elements.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like this direction? This is the, we're about to take the ticket back to the kitchen and go cook it. How are we feeling?
Yeah, I love these. I'm excited. This is really, I like it. I like everything we've said. I like what you've come up with. The flags, the showtime. That's gotten me even more excited. Just highlighting some of those things. The colors, I'm really excited for. I agree with what we're doing with how the logo will look and the funness of it and the almost like messy type feeling to it. But yeah, I love it. I'm excited.
Hope you enjoyed hanging out with us today. If you need help unearthing the magic sauce for your brand, let's schedule a call at brightcoal.com. Till next time, adios.